back to my channel. My name is Denny if you're new here, and today I'm going to be sharing a little bit about my plastic surgery journey. I did double eyelid surgery in April, so today is my 6 or 7 month update, and I'm going to be sharing a little bit about my journey. I'll also leave timestamps down below, so feel free to jump around the video if you have a particular question. And thank you so much to Wink Plastic Surgery for partnering with me on this journey. Okay, for some context, I did a non-incisional double eyelid surgery, which is a non-invasive and semi-permanent version of the incisional procedure. Essentially, the doctor uses threads to create the crease on your eyelid, so there is no downtime because there are no stitches. However, for the incisional procedure, you are completely relying on the doctor to make the perfect incision, the one that will bring your vision to life. So it is very, very important to find a trusted and skilled doctor to perform your surgery. And of course, it takes longer to heal because it's an incision, you're going to have stitches as well. I also got an Epicanthoplasty, which involves removing a little bit of skin in the inner corner of the eyes. This helps my new crease to stay in place, and it also just like opens up my eyes. I also had a little bit more removed on my right eye because naturally this eye is a bit smaller, and now it matches my left eye a little bit more. Why did I do the surgery? Now, everyone has their own personal reasons for doing a plastic surgery, and I wanted to share mine just in case somebody else out there had the same or similar reason. I haven't really shared this before, so I feel a little bit vulnerable. But basically, I was knee deep into K-pop, and I was like probably around grade 5 at this stage. And if you know anything about K-pop, you'll know that they have some really harsh beauty standards. Like, it's to the point where mothers gift plastic surgeries to their teenage daughters. It's a little bit crazy. I am not sure if I can really add to that or like agree or disagree. That's just the situation. I'm just putting it out there to educate, but not agreeing to the societal thing that's happening there, right? Also, if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my laptop. These are all the questions I'm going to be answering today, and I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I definitely was comparing myself to the K-pop idols that I was watching, like Girls' Generation, Girls' Day, Kara, Tiara, all these beautiful, beautiful and amazing women. I had what I like to call seasonal double eyelids because they kind of like come and go, and I like really did not like that. I felt like I looked more like the K-pop idols when I had my double eyelids on, so I felt more confident. I felt more like, you know, myself. But then because they were seasonal, every now and then I would wake up to monolids, or it would be one monolid, one double, or the other way around. And so it just started to become this thing where every day I would find the mirror and check if I had my double eyelids or not, to almost like carve my day and see how happy I will be, which is not good. And no hate to monolids, but I just personally felt like with my monolids I looked more angry, a little more sad, or like low energy. And it was also a little bit heavy in the sense that I always had to like really work my eyebrows to keep my eyes up and listen in class, in turn stressing out the muscles on my head, which then caused headaches. And I was like, oh, I mean, this is kind of a net loss. It's completely a negative experience with my monolids, and I just want my double eyelids. So it got to the point where I really despised my monolids. So as a kid, I kind of like went to buy double eyelid tape at Daiso, and I used them for so many years.
Occupants of the building, this is Precision Fire, the evacuation system, please.
Okay, we are back. I forgot what I got up to, but basically I had hated my monolids so much that I, as a high school student, went to Daiso and bought double eyelid tapes so that I could keep my double eyelids in place. I have used those for so many years that eventually last year on one of my New Zealand vlogs, I actually damaged the skin on my eyelids. I started to scab and bleed, and it was not pretty. You can see where this is going, but basically I always knew that I would get some kind of plastic surgery for my eyelids to just like really set them into stone. It wasn't really about changing who I was, changing who I looked like, or just wanting to look like somebody else. I personally felt a lot better and a lot more confident with my double eyelids, and now I have them full time, which I'm really happy about, by the way. What clinic did you go to, and how did you find it? How did you contact them? Now, I'm so glad I started talking to my friends about wanting a double eyelid surgery, because if I didn't ask, I wouldn't have known or been recommended to Wink Plastic Surgery, because I had no idea they even had a plastic surgery done for their eyes, and it just looked so natural. I was really impressed. But to answer the question, I went to Wink Plastic Surgery. They are in Gangnam. This is what the brand looks like. I'm showing you because there are so so many clinics in Gangnam, and I actually went to a different clinic at first as well for a different thing. So I have PTSD for finding clinics with the same name in Korea. So yeah, make sure it is this one if you choose to go with them. I'll also leave the details in the description box below if you want to check them out. You can reach out to them on Instagram. They also have a website and they also have WhatsApp. I reached out to them via WhatsApp. I actually did an online consultation with them. So I took photos of my eye area, open eyes, closed eyes, and I sent it over and we just went back and forth and it was good. What I really like about Wink is that everyone speaks English. The doctor speaks English, the staff speaks English, and I think that's really important because you should be able to communicate your wants and concerns and then also help the doctor to really understand what it is that you want. And I think the main contributing factor for my friends is that they were talking about how they didn't want to leave the clinic, and I was so confused, like, what do you mean you didn't want to leave your plastic surgery clinic? They said it was so homey, it was so nice, and they felt like a connection with the people. They started to miss the staff there. I know it sounds really weird. I swear I'm not making this up. And to be completely honest, I actually think they met that expectation for me as well. Like, no one was rushing anyone, no one was pushing for different surgeries. Everyone was just super calm, super nice aura and vibe. It felt like a hotel stay and it was just very, very vibe. And then yeah, the rest is history. I decided I didn't need to do any more research for which clinics to go to, and I went to Wink Plastic Surgery, and I had also asked for a collaboration which they kindly accepted. So thank you so much, Wink, for having me and partnering with me. The million-dollar question, how much was the surgery? Now, for the non-incisional double eyelid surgery and epicanthoplasty, it ended up costing $2,200 US. Are you happy with the results before and after transformation, please? Okay, this is really funny because I uploaded my experience onto Instagram Reels and TikTok. This is where I also got all the questions from, and somebody had mentioned that they don't see any difference, which I'm flattered because that was the whole purpose. I didn't actually share my true before and after transformation on those short form videos. So here is my true before state. This was actually a few days before the surgery. I was in Guangzhou and I had my monolids come out to play, and I was so frustrated, but I was also like, you know, this is gonna be the last time you're coming out here. This is a perfect before and after transformation clip. So that's my before, and this is the after transformation. This is 6 months post-op. Really happy with the results of the surgery. Thank you so much to Dr. Choi for performing my surgery and also the staff at Wink. It was really comfortable. I feel like that's the best word to use to describe this whole entire experience. And again, reminder, this is not just my experience, this is my friend's experience, this is my 2 other friends' experiences as well. So overall, I think it's safe to say that Wink really prioritizes how their clients and customers feel. Did you get twilight sedation, and how did you feel during the surgery itself? Yes, I did get twilight sedation and it felt so weird. It was my first time ever going through anything like that. It kind of just felt like time stopped. You know, when you're like zoning out really bad and you've like stared at something and then you can't let go, but then you start to like sort of cross your eyes, but you still feel like, damn, I'm still holding on to this like cross-eyedness, if you know what I mean? And you're like just zoning out really, really bad. And then I realized that I had come back into consciousness, but I think they were still doing the surgery on me. So I was like, oh, like, should I like let them know that I'm not like asleep? Am I supposed to still have inner dialogue during this surgery? Turns out they had finished the surgery and I was making my way to my recovery room. Yeah, the surgery was over in like a blink of an eye. Apparently it took anywhere between 30 to like 40 minutes, definitely under an hour. But to me, it just felt like I blinked. I zoned out and I had to go back to my recovery room, which is awesome. I have felt nothing. How long does the swelling or bruising last for? Okay, so the bruising lasts up to 2 weeks, but the swelling, I think I must have had swelling blindness or something, because I thought I had completely recovered from the swelling, but turns out I still look like this. Oh my gosh. The advice that I got from the consultants was to not fixate on the swelling because it actually takes up to 6 months to see the final result. and now I can safely say it's been 6 months and there is absolutely no swelling. Unless I still have swelling blindness. Somebody tell me. Did you buy any cream for your eyes to make it heal faster? Yes, after your surgery, Wink will give you an aftercare package and it comes with a few things. It comes with instructions, it comes with an essentials kit, your prescription, and they'll also give you a few notes about when you can start to use makeup and like facial cleansers and stuff like that. They also provide every customer with a free deswelling laser. I did this the day of my flight back home. Usually this happens the day after surgery, but I went to Busan, so I did mine a few days later. But that one is completely complimentary and free if you did a plastic surgery with them. Feel free to skip this part, but if you're curious, before I left the clinic, they actually got me to take some notes as well, so I'll read mine out right now. So I had my surgery on the 21st of April, and on the 27th I can start to use water on my face. Between the 27th to the 4th of May I can start to use the ointment from 4 times a day to only once a day. After that I use Dermatix daily until 6 months post-op, and then starting on the 4th of May I can start using cleansing foam, makeup and contact lenses. And what's great also is that you can still get in contact with the consultants at Wink if you have any questions at all. How long did you stay in Korea for the surgery? Oh, this one's gonna be a little bit confusing. I was in Korea for a total of 5 days. Day 1, I landed in Korea, so I didn't do anything. Day 2, I went to Wink to do the surgery with my friend Nyi, who was also on the trip. And then day 3, day 4, we were in Busan. It was so funny because on day 2, right after the surgery, we were still a little bit like dizzy. We went straight to a hair salon because we wanted to fit everything in on this trip. And then we also took the train to Busan, got to the hotel. At the end of the day, it was like 1 a.m. or something. It just goes to show when you're doing a non-incisional surgery, you can still run around the city. Day 3, day 4, we were just hanging around Busan and having fun. And then day 5, we went back to Seoul so that we could catch the plane back to Sydney. And it was also the same day that we did the deswelling laser. Ideally, they like to get you in the day after the surgery, so you only really need to be in Korea for 2 days. Surgery day and then the aftercare day. Anyway, I think the surgery was incredibly successful. I wouldn't have done anything differently, and I feel like to think that I could have ended up at a completely different clinic if I hadn't talked to my friends about this is insane. Like, I almost can't comprehend that. I'm so glad I asked around and just made it known that I was going or looking to do a double eyelid surgery, because I am so happy with my experience at Wink. And guys, word of mouth is crazy powerful. So my friend's experience, Nyi's experience, my experience, we all had a wonderful time at Wink. Thank you so much to Wink for partnering with me on this video and this whole entire journey, and thank you so much to you guys again for watching the video. I hope I answered all of your questions. If not, feel free to leave them down below. I will be checking it out, and if you want to join me at the clinic, click on this video or this video or these videos. I don't know. Have a good one, guys. See ya. Bye.